I am back from 2 weeks in Greece and we are going to dive into some new makeup. I am going to do a full face of drugstore makeup today, some of them being brand new things, and most of it being brand new things, and some of it just being things that I really love that's from the drugstore. I do have the new palettes from Morphe here. I'm going to be using one of them today. I also have the new Mineral SPF 50, the skin tint from E.L.F. I did purchase this one. I have some new things from Moira. I have new things from Makeup Revolution. I have a bunch of new drugstore things to try out. I even have one thing from Colourpop that I've been dying to try out, and it's definitely time. And I also want to get ready because I am filming my new makeup releases, my first one since I was back from a vacation. That was live on Saturday, in case you missed that. So let's actually start with the E.L.F. Halo Glow Skin Tint. This is a mineral. Mine looks busted because I bought mine off Amazon. I will link all these things down below and I'll pop them up in YouTube shopping as well in case you're interested in any of these items. If you do end up shopping through my links, I do earn a small commission, and if you do, thank you so much. It really does help out. I got mine in medium neutral. I like this packaging. It's actually really nice packaging. I've definitely gotten some tan. I've been in Greece for 2 weeks, so I definitely have a little bit of a tan. Let's see what this is. Oh, it comes out pretty. You can see my face definitely not as tan as my body, because let me see if I can get a foundation brush. I do tend to have like a hat, and like I'm in the, you can see that's definitely not the shade of my body, but it is the shade of my face. I tend to be in the shade Reading when I'm on vacation. I also will be filming another one of my review roundups for my second channel, which is my book channel. So if you're interested in books, definitely check that one out. Okay, I'm gonna do quite a lot because this is a SPF after all. SPF 50. I am definitely still not using enough. Maybe I am actually, but with SPF, sometimes it's like the amount that you need might be, doesn't really smell like anything, might be more than you would actually use for foundations, because you're probably thinking, oh boy, she's using so much, but you do actually need quite a lot of like SPF to be able to like get the SPF protection that the bottle says. If you don't use enough, you won't get 50, you'll get something else. I will say this is a really good shade for my face. I probably will have to bronze up a little bit to be the shade of my body, and that's also why I tend to do this. Did you see this one? This is a dress. I bought this in Greece and I wore it at our Greek evening. Again, I've had the best time. I need to edit the vlog as soon as I get some extra time. I think this might be the only pink item I like literally own. And since I'm gonna try out one of the pink palettes from Morphe today, I thought that this one could be so cute. And also it's showing off my shoulders so that we can see how close of a match this is to my skin tone. Like I said, I did buy these things from E.L.F. myself off Amazon. Some of the things that I wanted to buy were sold out on the website. That's why I opted for Amazon instead. Otherwise, I really do enjoy shopping from the E.L.F. website. I do think they ship out pretty quickly. I will say, the finish of this one, it's glowy, but not like sticky, but it feels a little oily. Like, you know, when you touch it, it almost feels like a little oily. I am gonna zoom in and we can see how this looks close up. I do have a little bit of texture on my chin from traveling. I always get that. But let me zoom in so you can see the actual texture on the skin, and we can see if it dries down a little bit, because what you can see right now is way too oily, dewy for my already oily combo skin, especially since I am living in humid Austin and we are getting really high temperatures today. I ended up doing my brows in between because I wanted to see if this one dried down a bit, but I think you can see it is pretty glowy, and I will say it does, I don't know if you can see, yeah, you can see, it does pick up on my fingers. So this one does not dry down. So I am gonna have to set this down a little bit. So that is something to keep in mind if you are using this too, and if you're the kind of person like me that you want something to like dry down. I have done my brows. It's been almost 10 minutes since we last saw each other, and it's definitely have not dried down. I have been using this one. I actually have been traveling with this one too. This is the NYX, the Brow Glue Crazy Lift. This is the lamination one that they came up with. love it. Like I said, I've been traveling with it. It's what's in my brows today. I think it is beautiful. It has this really cute little applicator. You can see how much I've been using mine. Really easy to work with, works incredibly good. It's fairly affordable. 100% recommend this one because I know that you've been asking me because I told you I was going to buy this one. And I can give you like a review after using this before I went on vacation and for 2 weeks when I was in Greece. Absolutely, really enjoy it. I think it's beautiful. Let me do a little bit of, I'm going to do the Morphe concealer. You know, I love this one. I talked about the best products of the year so far. I've actually also filmed the worst products of the year so far. I think that one might go, it will go up this week. I just haven't filmed it yet. And that Morphe concealer was mentioned as one of the best products of the year so far. I think they did a great job with it. And I am actually in the process, I have it here, I bought the Morphe foundation. So I'm gonna film a full face of Morphe because I feel like I have a lot of stuff to talk about when it comes to that. So I will film that beginning of next week and hopefully get it up as quick as possible. Because I just feel like since they changed leadership and since they clearly changed strategy, their products have been pretty bomb, and we need to try the eyeshadow palette today and see how that one is too, because like look at how great that concealer is. Stunning. Speaking of that, let's do the liquid hot shot sun drops from Morphe 2. I'm gonna put it on the brush. This is in bronze bombshell. Can I read? Bronze bombshell, and we are going to do a little bit of that. This one reminds me in texture a little bit of the Makeup by Mario liquid bronzer, but this one has more color to it. So if you thought the Makeup by Mario was too sheer, I do love a sheer one. I definitely would say try this one. It's actually a really incredible product. You can see how that looks. I'm going to use quite a bit because as you can see, my face is, it needs to catch up with my body, okay? It needs to catch up with my body. And then let's powder all over this and just say a prayer, cross your fingers, because I need this one to dry down a bit or this will be a disaster. I can tell now when everything is on that my face, it's much more neutral and my body is much more golden. So they're not really matching each other, but hopefully that will sort itself out. I'm gonna actually use the Glam Light powder. Ooh, hopefully that will sort itself out with, I don't know, some blush and stuff, because like right now, this is definitely not, ooh, I'm getting powder everywhere. This is definitely not the right shade for me. I can tell you that right now. I was looking at it. I'm trying to find my concealer brush. I was trying to look at it in my full-length mirror, and I was like, you know when you get one of those like, that was me, because I was like, oh, I am definitely two different colors, but I'm hoping that maybe it won't come off as stark on camera as it does in real life, because in real life, I am looking like I have a different head on my body. Like it's like they don't they don't match, but I don't think it's as weird here as it was in the full-length mirror. So we have to count the blessings that we have. I am gonna see if I can set this. I'm not gonna set the cheeks because I am gonna be using like up here, because I am gonna be using a liquid, but I do need to set some of this because this is very, it still feel, oh my god, I don't think this one is for me, you guys. I think this will be one of those, if you have dry skin and you want something that's like really emollient and hydrating and feeling a little, because I am just feeling like super greasy. Let's just leave some excess on and let's see if we can do, where do I have it? Here. I bought the Moira Love Steady Shimmer Blush, and I'm kind of kicking myself now because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get myself a different kind of a shade. I should have just gotten a warm shade because I feel like this one is gonna make my face pull even more on like cool toned neutral side. I got the shade That Girl, number 5. And it looks really, really pretty. But the thing is that I should have gotten, I was like, I don't want to get the same shade all the time. Which, you know what? Fair. But I should have been smart. That looks beautiful though. That looks like a pinky rose gold. Oh, that is really pretty. I am really excited about this shade, but if I weren't like testing new makeup, I probably would have gone, oh, it's so pretty. Would have gone for something warmer just to make my face a little warmer. I'm gonna just take a little bit more. But yeah, that is a very stunning shade. I can't lie. I mean, that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So I got this from the Moira website and I'm very impressed. Wow, that looks so good. I also did get the Moira highlighter, so let's try that one too. Wow, I'm actually like, you can tell I'm like speechless. That looks so good. I'm really liking that one. I did actually, like I said, I bought a highlighter too. So this is the Glow, oh my god, it's really hard to read. Glow Show Liquid Highlighter, and I got this in number 3, Champagne Delight. Let's see if we can switch this brush to a highlighter brush. Okay, it's just a little doe foot. Let's do a little bit on the top of the cheekbones. Why is that? Wait, I'm so impressed. I mean, I shouldn't be surprised. It's not like Moira does like bad products. Let me do a little bit up here. But this is really beautiful. Okay, Moira. Wait a dang minute. These are really nice. Like I said, I bought these off the Moira website. I think you can find them on Amazon too. That is looking so good. Can't really see any, like you can see here, I don't really see any like shimmer or sparkle. Send help, but that is beautiful. Okay, before we get into eyeshadow, I really want to try. Makeup Revolution sent me the new Lip Shift Ink Peel Off Liner. And I have 2 different colors here, and I thought we use the lighter one that is called, we have Honey Kiss and Rose Inked. And I thought we do the lighter one, the one that's called Rose Inked. Oh my god, there's a tape on this one. Hello. So many people have been doing these kind of like peel off liner. One of those that you like, that leaves a stain. Now I want to try it. So let me do this. And let's wait for a bit. And let's see if we like it. Maybe we hate it. Okay, so this is where we are right now. It's starting to feel a little tight. So I do think I'll be able to get this off. Oh, that's very satisfying. That looks disgusting. Don't look at that. Don't look at that. Okay. Did it leave a stain? I would argue no. Is that a lip liner? I would argue no. I think I'm gonna go in with a different lip liner because I also want to try this. This one looks so busted because it was in an envelope from Amazon, because I also got the E.L.F. Sheer For It blush tint. So this is a blush and a lip, and I said, ooh, that it was gonna be like the jelly one, but you were telling me it's like the Benefit one. Can I just say, I don't even remember that that one exists. So I think that's why I didn't think of it. But I don't want to use it on my cheeks because I love this. That is gorgeous. Look. I love that. Maybe I don't need a lip liner. That looks stunning. It's like just a liquid in here. It's kind of interesting. I love how that looks. Oh my god, my shoulder is such a different shade from my face. I'm gonna let that dry down, and I'm just gonna go over, because I have that here in front of me, the Drugstore and Lethal Cosmetics collab. I'm gonna let that dry down, and I'm just gonna go over, because I have that here in front of me, the Drugstore and Lethal Cosmetics collab. The Dexture and Lethal Cosmetics collab. I'm gonna let that dry down, and I'm just gonna go over, because I have that here in front of me, the Dexture just to get a little gloss on. Because I was literally traveling home from Greece yesterday. And my lips are dry. My lips get dry in the sun and then dry on airplanes. And that's literally all I've been doing for 2 weeks. Oh, that looks so good. This combo, that is beautiful. We are going to be diving into the Morphe palette. So this is the one I picked up for today. This is Electric Current. So I do have all the palettes here. Morphe did send them to me. I did edit a little bit of a reel. Let's see if I can pop that up where you can see all of the palettes. And this is the one that I picked out for today. Let me see. Like this, and I can pop up the reel so that you can see what the other ones look like as well. Like I said, I am planning to film a full face of Morphe, and I did see in the smaller palettes it seems to have that shade that you can use wet or dry, and we are definitely using that in the other one. But I did buy the eye pen from Morphe, the one in the green, and I finally want to try the green mascara from Colourpop. So I thought we'd do a green lower lash line and then like a pinky top. That's what I'm thinking. So then I can try both the big palette and the small palette, and I can let you know if I think there's a difference in like quality. And since I said I've been so impressed with Morphe, now I want to see what about the eyeshadows. So this is the Solo Artist priming eyeshadow, cream eyeshadow. This one is in Mixtape, and I think this is supposed to be used as a primer. It has like a little bit of a cover on it, and I think I want to do this one because I don't necessarily always love can I find something? This one. I don't always necessarily love using a primer that's always lighter. Sometimes a darker one can honestly be the best, and I was thinking we can use this one and then see how the eyeshadows blend on top. And this is just slightly darker than my skin tone. It's like a taupey one. Again, I think this is gonna be gorgeous. It's very, very creamy. Oh my gosh, they've literally been doing yard work all day. I wanted to start filming earlier this morning, but I will say, first of all, I was kind of tired from flying. But secondly, they were doing yard work and they were like just outside my window. So I was like, you know what, I'm gonna let that wait for a bit. That looks beautiful. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna wait a bit. But now I'm hearing them again and I'm like, no. No more. You had your time, okay? It's my time now. So I think I'm gonna do, you know what? I'm gonna go in with a bright pink. It's happening. I'm gonna do an E6 if I can find one. I found an E6, but it had so much green on it, and I'm like, we are not doing that. I am using this on a darker base, so don't worry too much if it doesn't pop too much, because again, remember I used a slightly darker base. But I don't want the look to look pastel either, so I'm kind of using the cream shadow as a little bit of like a taupey transition. I still think it pops pretty good for being like a darker shadow underneath. I flew from Athens to Atlanta, and in Atlanta our plane was a little bit late in, so we were a little bit delayed because of, you know, they have to clean the plane and all of that. And I don't get stressed up about being late because I didn't have a transfer, and like I was like, you know what, we'll get there when we get there. But we were almost half an hour late getting on the plane, and once everyone is on the plane, I was like, why are we not like taking off? It was taking a little time, and I was thinking, is there a reason why we are not taking off right now? And then all of a sudden, they ushered this guy off the plane. And you could tell he was not happy. He was not happy about the situation. He was not happy about being ushered off the plane. And I can't help, like, the flight attendant looked pretty, like, upset. So I'm wondering, like, what could have gone down for them to usher him off the plane when we were like already late. I mean, I have no idea, but I've never been in that situation before where they actually like get someone off the plane, because they were literally like, collect your stuff, get off the plane. I don't know what happened or why, but it was fascinating to see, I will say that. Let me do this one down here. There are names to this, I think. Oh, there are names on the back. Polarizing Plum. So this one is like a blackened plum. Let's see if we can... And if you want the pink to pop, like I said, a little bit more, don't use a darker base. But this is what I was going for. I'm not super impressed by this dark shadow. It is not really building on itself. It's a little bit sheer. I mean, I think you can tell. Not super impressed with that. I don't know if it's the shadow or if it's the eye base. Of course, I'm gonna have to try these out with my normal eye base and see if it's the eye base or if it's the shadows. But I will say, just picking them up in the pan, they do seem pretty thin. They do seem pretty thin. Not overly impressed. Okay, I'm doing this one and then I'm gonna do this one. I'm gonna spray these. I don't really know how I feel about these. I feel like I wanted something a little bit more muted pink, but now I just feel like it's looking a little bit dull. And it's especially because of that dark shadow. Not overly impressed with that. This is the lighter pink. Oh, that's really pretty. That is really pretty. I will say the shimmers do help to make it more impactful. I'm actually gonna just reach in to my Galactic Visitor and I'm just gonna use a little bit of the black to just deepen this up a little bit, because this is not deep enough. I'm just dipping a little bit. I just need it to be a little darker. And I just felt like that shadow was not pigmented enough. And I have my Fête de Provence in front of me from Nomad, the one that looks like they re-released them. And I'm just gonna use some of that pink, the light one, just in my inner corner and just lightening this up a little bit with the pink before we do, because there's a champagne in this palette. Don't forget that you can use whatever you have in front of you, but I'm gonna use this one too. You can use whatever you have in front of you and you can mix and match whatever you have to get what you are looking for. And sometimes when something isn't performing the way that you were hoping it was gonna perform looking at you, Morphe pink eyeshadows, you can always reach in and get something else to get a better result. Because now I feel like I fixed it. Fixed it! Oh my god, I'm still kind of moist. Kind of moist from that very interesting SPF. So this is the E.L.F. These are the smoky coal eyeliners. This is in Limelight, the one they came out with before. So I'm gonna do the green. Let me see how this is in the waterline. Not overly impressed by that, but it's decent. I'm doing that under the eyes too, because like I said, I want to have a green under eye. It definitely works better on the skin than it did in the waterline, but as you can see, not amazing, but decent. So I'm gonna put on some half lashes on my top lashes, but I do want to use this one. This is the Colourpop BFF Volumizing Mascara in Roar. So cute. I didn't have time to dig into this collection. This is a Toy Story collection, but it is so cute. And look at this mascara. It is so green. I think this is gonna be so cool. It's a little big. That's what she said, but it's a little big for the lower lash line. But I think I will make it work. And look at how cool that is with, oh my gosh, that is so amazing. Look at that. Who is she? She's cool. She's unhinged. That's what she is. Okay, hear me out. I'm gonna go in with my Fenty bronzer, and I'm just, because I think you can tell my face is just a little bit too light. So let me see if I can just maybe fix it a little bit. I think it made it a little bit better. Not perfect, but it's a little bit better. Okay. So what do I think? First of all, this look is gorgeous. Is this the right lip? Probably not. I feel like the eyeshadow goes really well with the dress. And then the lip is just a totally different color with this orange situation. But I still really love it. I think the biggest surprise is definitely the cheek products from Moira. Like, look at... I'm gonna need to buy more colors. I can already tell more colors are needed. I think the eyeshadow looks pretty decent now, but I will say I'm not overly impressed. I am gonna try them out a little bit more with a different primer, of course, and I'm gonna use the small 6 pans as well and see how I feel about that. Like I said, I'm gonna have a full face of Morphe soon, but I want to talk about like the resurgence of Morphe, the relaunch of Morphe under new ownership, how I feel about the things and all of that. And we'll definitely be using one of the 6 pans then and see how those are. This one, it's pretty meh. You can do better than that. That's what I want to say about that. But overall, I think everything looks really good. Now I feel like I can touch my face with the SPF, but I do think that this SPF is probably better if you have dry skin. I do not have dry skin, so that's probably why it's not made for me. It is what it is, but look at those cheeks. Those cheeks, I really enjoyed that. Those were really beautiful. Let me know which ones were your favorites. Let me know if you have a favorite from the drugstore that's been released as of late. I would love to hear your thoughts about it. I hope you're having an amazing day. Don't forget to subscribe before you leave, and I'll see you soon in a new video.